going in at the old Quick Start building?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, somebody said something, but I don't know, it's in the city, so I don't.
Yeah, I know, it's in the city.
I heard somebody say something, but I don't know, I just make something up.
Yeah, okay. No, we'll find out tomorrow night, we got
Tobacco store or something, I don't know.
We got economic development tomorrow night, she'll know.
So this is like a merry-go, or that's like what Ludwig was had in that time. For example, so we do something like that, and then this is the code. And then what we can do with the current violations or what. That's,
Okay.
just look at that, and we can discuss how they'd like to proceed. I'd say at the very least, we go,
Morning.
Howdy.
probably post that every
Freezing.
quarter or something.
Yeah,
Something like that. How we doing, Kurt?
Good. Morning, Kurt. Howdy.
Here's the deal we were talking about the last couple of weeks, it's like what? It's like what you had posted. That just kind of, I think that probably helped.
Yeah.
And then this, it goes back to me and penalties, so it shows out, that's for you guys. I would say, well, I mean, eventually you talk to Brent, say, okay, what do you want?
Yeah.
I hope nothing would go that far,
Mhm.
but, unfortunately, yeah, you do see some. I'll explain in the meeting too, what I do to try to avoid that stuff.
Better put your coat back on.
Right.
Sorry, again. You never know, sometimes I'm hot.
Well,
I
hopefully
like
it'll
to
wake
get
some
in
people
the
up.
clear.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you get the call, well, this, well, they did call here. Nobody called and asked. So, yeah, what I do, you know, they'll call, no, I'll say, okay, we'll just, you know, if it's ag and stuff, we don't require a fee or anything, but they just show where the building's gonna go,
Yeah.
how big it is, where it's gonna go, and I can say, yeah, so as you submitted, that's fine, that's allowed, you can do that, and there's no fee because of ag, or if there is a fee, whatever it's gonna be.
I didn't get through there.
So if there's not a zoning certificate required, I put it in writing and say, your plan as submitted appears to be okay.
Yeah.
The way it's submitted, and if they do any changes, and I've seen people do that in the cities and the country, or in other places, where, oh, they'll make it bigger, or do it.
Get their permit and then they think they can do it.
Yeah,
Right.
they put, and they say, well, hey, what was this, you know, we'll see the front ground.
If you wanna-
Well, they said it was okay,
We
well.
have to send me a new paper.
Yeah, maybe the way you built it isn't.
Probably about
You gotta build it.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not too long, it's just.
Yeah.
So you're doing it here. So what
That's-
happens?
That's the biggest complaint is
is
next to the
Medicare
building.
takes, if
I've got
your, the fee's gone, you'll just have A, and then as long as you're on our
Can't find
insurance, it'll stay
anything
that
where they
way,
talk to
so.
anybody.
Uh-huh.
Nothing on file.
He comes back.
He comes back, and then what we'll do,
You know, and then here they got
is
a couple.
3 months before you're not
I
gonna be a
hope-
supervisor, whether
Hope
I'm
that they
here,
have their,
cause I can
whatever
retire,
they
whatever.
have they're supposed to have.
You have to start that
Yeah.
process, and it's just some paper, it's just a few documents, we have them.
And I always refer,
So my wife is
I
a
should
judge.
send her some email here, is if I get one.
Which one you?
Just have her do A, well, it doesn't even matter, because
So
once
once
the
we-
insurance
Cause
goes
sometimes you
into
don't call
effect,
him either.
it will automatically kick B off and you'll be A.
Okay. I know this is a good.
I'll let him know, and then he
So
likes
the
to,
family right now.
he'll send me stuff too
one-
about, you know,
I have the insurance.
you order this
I
one.
think it's 113.
Uh-huh.
And it comes out
He
first,
said,
and second,
how many bedrooms? is it?
1%,
That's a good
1%.
question, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna like it, it's
Oh
really
my
good
gosh.
health insurance, and so, we'll,
Yep.
yeah, so when you get time, just swing by, get it done beforehand, that way you don't have to worry about it when you come on.
Yeah, I'd say if we show something that's kinda like that.
You have to have a
Yeah, I think that will
driver's
help.
license
Yeah.
I don't think they report it.
social security card.
Probably
Just to keep people woke up.
Yeah, if you don't have a card, if you have a passport, I need something.
I know it's
for-
very expensive, but
You know, so I
Well, that's a lot cheaper.
She doesn't have to sign that.
No, you're not, and we'll just add her, we just need, you'll need your date of birth.
you know, it doesn't need to be half paid yet or anything like that.
And
Just
you'll be glad.
so they can read. see.
And I have my passport.
And-
Oh, okay,
On the
we'll
website.
use that, cause,
Yeah.
I have to do.
And
Well,
the
this-
website, you just put it on, leave it on.
This one is, this one is.
It is? Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
Of course,
You get life insurance.
That's a very last.
you got people that aren't gonna read this.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
that aren't gonna get on the internet,
It's
either
not the
one.
greatest, but
Yeah.
it's
So
fun, but it's good
it's like
stuff.
the shop and all that.
House Richard, and we also have, tax dollars,
Okay.
is it? Let's see, your life insurance is your 5,003, your, you can buy whatever else you want in here or outside.
Yeah.
So just whenever,
Yeah, I gotta go.
good time.
Well, that ain't the way it used to be.
I have no problem.
This is code.
Yeah, I see, we found out that there was an issue up there.
Richard,
But they're working on changing that.
Yeah.
it is, good morning.
Cause right now, that's how. Even things that-
I would think they'd be working on that pretty quick.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about the last couple
Or
of weeks.
mine too.
This is like, they believe we had that saved at one time.
Okay.
So that just explains the action that can be taken then if we have a problem. It goes on you guys and then, you know, ultimately.
Sure.
But yeah, that comes to the board for approval. Like if you have to move.
Oh.
They say, yeah, you got
That
that.
building's
That's
been,
what he said.
that don't work very well. I know, been there,
Yeah,
done it.
I would say, yeah, you go through the, well, as far as if they're talking about any charges or anything, then yeah, that would be.
Sure.
They just, yeah, they just say how to proceed. Pretty simple.
Sure.
It's just,
It's a good idea. If it's
yeah, probably,
paper,
like we were
people know.
talking,
Sounds good, Bob.
now we have everybody together the last 2 weeks we did, so. All right, thanks.
You got it.
We're all here in a.
We are. Hasn't been a while, it's been a while.
Would you want them minutes approved? I think we're gonna be. It's for the November 18th, Monday meeting, and then your Tuesday meeting for the council.
Okay.
We'll do them at the same time, sure. Do that.
I'm doing good. Tomorrow we even go to our cabin, not our cabin. This will be the 5th year in a row we'll be gone for Thanksgiving, just me and the wife.
You know, Bill,
A lot.
Get away from it all.
I don't
Get
think.
cold.
It is.
Walk
I don't
around.
think I'm gonna make the economic
As long
development
as
meeting.
that's, you don't plan to go
Okay.
during
Are
the
you gonna
election
go?
campaign.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can shoot
Yeah.
this on.
Probably won't make it, we got a house quarter meeting.
She heard it was
Tomorrow,
gonna
at
be
1 o'clock, and then after that, we're
Well,
gonna.
should have, there's only.
For the school.
Work on our budget a little bit, and then after that, we're gonna pay
Yeah,
a guy that's been on the board for about 35 years, so did an else, we got to get off the board.
So,
So it's, you're on the
Because he's
minimum.
going to town?
You're going to town.
You go to town.
Okay.
So your board has to be.
Still in Iowa, or are you over in Minnesota?
No, you gotta be a member here.
I was gonna say, we're pretty close.
You know, the members, this town's been there for a long time. And city, so it's that one we found.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I get out from the.
Now that's,
We went to like, wedding anniversary. First, and then after that, we just decided to go on Thanksgiving, so. Hey, is it open for this?
I'll probably call
My
Kathy
Thanksgiving.
sometime today.
Okay. yeah, when you talk to her, let her know I will be there. I've got it on the calendar.
In Finland, they don't have Thanksgiving. My family's not. They don't really do things.
Really don't have anything planned for the rest of the year.
Here's something, Bill.
I think he's got the world covered.
I
think he's been everywhere.
I said, it's not planned, that's cold. Can't come up.
It is cold.
I think last year, about the first week
Hey,
of
thank you
December,
guys.
we
Two
was
tables.
No idea what we're doing.
I'll bet that's
Everyone
right.
else is like the whole-
Yeah.
Yes.
And we went down,
Well, I,
Like,
yeah, I
well,
do.
we just got back.
I haven't been getting on the scale, so I really don't know.
Something.
Alright, bye.
Where they were talking.
hey, Jim.
She says,
No, that doesn't move.
We might not go
Yeah.
get coffee.
Here you go.
We can see.
Oh, is that the thermostat? She said they'll turn the heat on.
okay, just because it ain't planned, don't think so.
You can move me back.
Yeah, that's
No.
right.
Once it's December, then you get.
Right.
Even one day in our
Right here,
office was
right there.
I'll move over here.
69, I'm like, okay.
Don't reach your hat.
We need to keep.
It just
69.
makes me come here because
Oh, you got your cap.
You like to sit by the door.
I need to, you put my feet on your cap and get me more.
What's that? On Bob's side, I think he'd like us to do something.
Dan, next spring I want you to sell that
So you're
some
doing really good.
$400.
Bobcat for him, but.
Yeah, she wants
My wife's
some.
not here to hold
So
me.
put in my order,
Or pick me
Next
up if
spring.
I fall down.
$400. Yeah,
I've asked you
Four.
before, but you asked me.
that would be easier to
We
remember.
probably all pitch in and help her.
No! No!
Not bad.
You're a kid, you know.
Already you
Yeah, and if I
forgot.
fall down, here, you guys might grab forward, if you grab, or throw me in the back of our Rangers, and I'd have
I'm
to
doing good for you already.
throw in the back of Rangers, call my wife, tell her.
So he'll let us know that pretty sure he wants us to redo it.
Oh, I think that.
Just say, yeah,
I
we
think
can do
that.
it. All the
Yeah, I know. She can handle it.
She tell you about it. You were there.
I was there.
Karen, before I forget,
I must have
you
been
have
a good
yellow
son.
lights on your building at night.
Oh, on our garage?
I like those.
Oh, thank
I
you.
get the white ones.
They'll be changing here pretty soon, they'll be red and green for Christmas.
Yeah, the yellow.
Morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
okay.
I've been wanting to tell you, but,
Get used to it.
No, that would be my sister-in-law.
Way it sounds. Single digits pretty
when's
soon.
that gonna be?
No, it's the 14th. Oh, the 14th.
Oh, no, that's just for your information.
And I just did that.
Say about,
And then I wondered if you ever been to
Morning, Jaguar.
Yeah.
No,
Yep,
and-
yep, that's all.
Yeah.
Yep, that's for your information.
I don't know if they do it.
All right. 99, that's what I found.
You got a date.
Yeah, it started with a W.
Yep.
Is that
You got a date.
okay?
Yep.
Then I can
I've
get
never
to
been to
it.
that market.
Yeah.
Get off the list. Yeah.
Yeah, and did you guys go to the ugly sweater contest with the weed? I saw that. And we're really interested on it, says that there's a, like, free trade, but it doesn't say who sponsors it. So we just wanted to know, it might be the Weed Theater.
Oh,
They can check
so
with
wait,
Darwin.
what did the theater,
Oh, yeah.
I asked you how you're doing this deal.
Very fun, so lots of.
I lost weight.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have or not. I've got.
He has them.
you
Oh, okay.
have it, do you feel better? Or are you still hurting?
Yeah,
all the
no,
time?
I feel better. Yeah, I tell her no.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
That's not handcuffed.
Oh, it is.
Sitting in my chair and big toe.
Jim, you might wanna.
I told her pretty sure.
And then,
regular board meeting and,
You get up.
Stand? Okay.
It's 8:30, guys.
Who's the chairman here?
We wanted to give Jim time to stand up.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, they moved the, drawers out to the edges and everything just got thrown on my desk, so I'm trying to find file them and places for it and everything else, but, all right, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Public comments, agenda items only. 15 minutes,
Each.
go.
If you'd been here the last month, you'd remember the.
I know,
Legion.
right? I got a pretty good cold about my trip to Vegas.
Ooh, you were cold
It
at
was-
Vegas? That means you didn't make any money?
No, I didn't spend much money doing that stuff.
Oh, you
It
were,
wasn't for bad luck, I had
oh,
to
you
look.
got a cold, okay.
Yeah, it was actually colder at night out there than it was back home.
You should probably sit in that chair so Bill doesn't get sick.
I would never cough on him.
It feels like I'm moving.
Ask Bill.
Got a wall.
Plastic one, yeah.
So I guess,
You got the mask I threw at you Tuesday?
Yeah, we threw those away.
so I guess I have a question or two. Laura Wilson from Dizer. On the discuss and approve zoning permits, setback rules and regulations, that seemed really vague, and I was trying to hear what Bob was saying before, but it just seems the way it was written, zoning permits would be either something that he would approve on his own, or variances would go through the Board of Adjustment, and then setback rules and regulations would usually go through zoning board if we're changing any. So is it just reviewing ones that were already built? Is that what you were saying, Bob? Stuff that was already built that wasn't following regulations?
We've been discussing the last 2 weeks and,
But you don't talk very loud and it's hard to hear you.
well, okay, there again, you can come up and ask anytime.
That
I
seems
mean,
rude to stand
I
next to you,
welcome
but
questions anytime, anybody can call me anytime, they can
so.
come up, when we're discussing.
I didn't hear what you were discussing last week, that it was this, so what exactly are we
So the last 2 weeks,
doing?
what we've been discussing are the issues that have been coming up throughout the county and the reports coming in of buildings not being built to code, for example, if they're too close to the road or too close to a property line, and those issues have been coming in. There's been issues where people should have applied for a permit and they did not, and that goes for septic systems and everything. So, I mean, we all try to talk, and Chris and I keep in contact on buildings. I let him know when something's coming in that's going to need a septic, and that I've let the people know that I am letting him know that they need to talk to him, and so on. We've got issues with buildings being built right up to the ditch line, for example. Now, the farm issues that we have, they're mostly that, they're built too close, or, they're not built within code. They're too close to the property lines.
Or on the other side of the property line.
Somebody thinks that, I've run into some where I look it up and it's like, well, half of their buildings on the other guy's property. Well, we're working on that with attorneys, and he said, well, all that's gotta be taken care of before you do anything else. Some people wanna add on to a building, and if they add on to a building, it's gonna go over the property line.
So is it more recent stuff then that didn't get permits, or it was stuff that was permitted wrong before?
Well, it's just, it could be stuff that nobody asked about, because I'm not finding any record of it. The people aren't doing it on purpose. You're out on the farm, and everybody talks, but nobody wants to go actually find out. So all they hear is the rumor, well, you don't need a permit for the stuff on the farm. Well, that is true to a point. You don't need to get the building permit, the zoning certificate, or be charged a fee. However, you do have to build to the code, so you can't build your building right up to the ditch, and that kind of thing, so. Those are the issues that we're running into, so we're trying to figure out what's gonna be the best way to educate the people and not have to find people or have to move buildings. We've got some cases where we have to have a board of adjustment meeting in order to approve a building that was just built and, see if they'll give them an adjustment. And we've got some coming up that, we need to go through the board of adjustment to see if they'll allow them to build. So there's all kinds of issues that come up.
Thank you for that clarification. Just when it said approve zoning permits and approve regulations, that just seemed like they would be approving zoning permits and they would be approving regulations, and it's like, I didn't think that was, that was in their purview with the code, so thank you for the clarification.
And again, I stress to the public that they can call at any time, or send an email. If you wanna know what we're discussing up there, come up, it's in the public, I mean, not hiding anything.
Well, I didn't have a chance to call you this weekend, I apologize. I didn't see this till late Friday.
No problem, but rather than, we don't need to get everybody all stirred up and they're kinda like, oh, we got some conspiracy going on or something like that. People start talking and they don't know what they're talking about, there's rumors all over. And like this is just a simple thing that, hey, how are we gonna educate the public and try to avoid problems, so we don't have to have anybody getting fined or another neighbor getting mad at another neighbor and causing people all kinds of time and money.
If you wanna clarify that, then you should really have less vague agenda items.
You just say what's going on in the agenda, you don't put a whole synopsis of what's going on in the agenda.
Agreed.
What people do is they call, that's what I have always done, if I've got a question on an agenda item for any of our meetings, I'll call and ask, what exactly is this? And I'll ask somebody that knows, not somebody that's not gonna know, just might have an idea.
Bob, I have a question. Are you taking into consideration at places, some of these are way over 100 years old, where the road itself has moved, widened, ditches dug out, and the road has, maybe been paved or just, change of ownership, of land? For instance, let's just say, you and I were neighbors and I had already built, when you bought that land, I had already built it, because before that, maybe I owned it and sold you a section of it. You take all that kind of stuff into consideration, because things have changed a lot.
All of that is in the ordinance for non-conforming buildings. For example, we have one that was up for many years before the ordinance was enacted.
Mm-hmm.
And then it talks about in there, if you change the use of it, or if you add on to it, and the ordinance that you follow, if it's destroyed by an act of God, then the new building that's put up has to be conforming to the code. So if that old building was right against the road, for example, the new one cannot be. Even though the structure that you're replacing is replacing that non-conforming structure, it has to be.
Even if it's on the same foundation, which is a lot of times the case.
That's correct.
Wow.
So it's, we follow the code, until the code changes, we just follow the code. So it gets a little complicated sometimes, but at the same time, it's not very difficult, because you just follow the code.
So most of the time, are these issues that have been complaints coming in, is that why these draw attention?
Yes.
Because you're not going out to every farm in Tama County.
No.
Is Nancy here?
We have calls that come in, or somebody's calling, and they wanna build a building, and they say, well, Jimmy Joe Jim Bob down there built his this way just a couple months ago. Well, we have.
What was his name?
Billy Joe Jim Bob.
Write
Jimmy
that
Joe, Jim
down,
Bob.
Kurt. He moved in when you were gone.
I didn't say
You missed it, look it up in the file. When it comes up on the agenda, I'll explain what I've been doing to try to avoid.
County last week.
Halfway?
Well, half of it
Spending,
was,
spending money.
half of it was for, some driveways that were with the DOT for pavebacks that we're paying back. So,
63 all done, Highway 6. This is it.
it's done, I
You
think.
can drive, you can down. I got
That
a
was-
Brooklyn tomorrow, that's why I'm asking.
I don't believe so. Well, they're paid. Last Friday, they had gotten the, their grinding for pavement markings. We got a portion of it grinded, but painting hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
So, I would say no. But
It's not open.
it's not open.
Open for 3
It
traffic.
is.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
It's paved.
I see
The
this,
DOT website
detour
says
sign just
December
gone.
2nd.
December 2nd opens, is that right?
Yeah, they're
We're gonna
Drive-
511.
working on getting the pavement markings is kind of what they're doing, I think. Yeah, last Friday they were doing the rumbles on the edge and the center line. At least, I didn't drive south of Taylor to see what. But I think that portion, I'm not sure.
They've got that ground, probably 4 miles on the south thing, but I haven't been any further.
No, that's
So like I say, I
Yeah.
go to Brooklyn tomorrow, and I thought, well, I'll go down there.
Or at least.
Go down, over to the 18 with them. Okay, thank you, Ben.
What is HMA resurfacing?
That'd be like milling
Still
or,
going.
paving over top of existing HMA or asphalt.
What's HMA, is it asphalt?
Yeah, that's asphalt. That'd be not concrete, it'd be hot mix aggregate or, asphalt, or hot mix asphalt, not aggregate.
Six,
Yes.
Yep.
isn't it real?
Yep.
Then PCC would be for concrete, so.
I'll try to remember that.
Okay.
You went to this generator services.
Who's the department?
What is the last department?
Communications.
Communication.
Probably
Jeremy, or just Don, I mean, it's been 1, 2, 5 charges of the same amount,
I guess.
and on the
maybe-
same day, you'd think it'd be one
I guess
bill.
they probably went to each site that has a generator, maybe did maintenance on it.
It'd be
You're
our
so
radio,
smart.
it'd be
I'll
the
read.
radios, towers.
Yeah, different, yeah, you're so smart.
That's just my guess.
Now you make me nervous, I thought you were on,
No, that's just my guess.
that would make sense. Take everything back, they said, about the South Team Education.
I know, there's some days. Well, what'd you say about self-taking education?
Oh, well, that's not for here or there.
Oh, it's not on the agenda, okay, I just wondered.
Be careful, certain people were related to educators, so.
I've gotten familiar with this area.
And,
Thursday night, I did a girls' tournament at the high school, and I came back Friday and did a middle school meet. Friday morning, we came back for negotiations. I should just get a room at the motel or something. be in the great shape that I'm in. My body was really hurting Saturday afternoon when I was finishing up another tournament.
Maybe as the board here, we could authorize you to just pitch a tent right over
I
there.
could.
Courthouse
There you go.
lawn.
There you
Ladies.
go. Get back after today, I would see if my muscles can stretch
Kurt,
out.
you
one more
throw
time.
yourself on the floor and like spin around.
Oh,
looking-
yeah,
you do-
absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes I start falling, but I make it look like I'm diving.
Because I think the really good ones do, like, just drop out flat, don't they?
Well, then you put the real good ones do it, and then you ask if I do it, so you're saying you don't think that I would be really good?
Well, when
I
you
mean,
said you were falling and you made it look like you were doing, then I could, that was easy to believe. Our superintendent was hired a referee. Wrestling.
Alright, we'll go on. Let's approve previous minutes, and it's gonna be times two.
Correct,
We
the
did the
regular meeting on
canvas.
the 18th and the canvas minutes on the 18th.
Can I get agenda, or a motion to approve that?
I'll
The
make that
minutes.
motion.
I'll second it.
Alright, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Engineer.
Morning. Hey, Ben.
Morning, Ben.
Thanks, get those blades out
Yep.
there. Yep. Get that done before the ground freezes.
Yeah. So, last Thursday, we had a little bit of, some kind of freezing temperatures and took care of, mostly it was just on bridges that was gonna stick around for longer, so we took care of the bridges, that, you know,
But not the Missouri crossings, do you know, do any of those?
No, we did not. Usually those are on our level Bs, so we don't do that.
Just that check.
Yeah. We had our bridge crew, they're kind of finishing up here, they placed the beams last week. They'll be working on placing the decking and working on the approaches this week. Got a short week here, but, should be, at least get the decking and we'll be working on the approaches. And then, on Old Highway 30, this week we'll be milling those bumps just east of the pack, Tame Pack. And then we're gonna have trucks dressed up for the long holiday weekend. Just wanna have everything kind of prepared. It looks like Saturday there's a chance of something, but, rather than having everybody scramble around, we'll have things ready by Wednesday.
Jim, that means dressed up means putting the plows and stuff on,
Oh.
not
Well,
putting stuff on
I
the
figured,
grill.
well, at first I thought you meant
Bow
fun wise,
ties.
and then I thought, no, he's not
No,
talking
yes.
fun.
No, well, yeah.
Because our trash truck and dicer dresses all
yes,
day,
it
so
does,
we
so-
know what that means, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
dressing up.
Thought I would,
Sorry.
I would
Thank
explain.
Thank you,
Thank
Kurt.
you.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Clarification.
I'm using
I'm here.
secondary
That's right.
terms.
Lingo.
Yeah, the lingo.
Yep.
No. So, alright. And then I have a few things, to make motions on to get approved. Need to make a motion to approve the funding agreement for E66 HMA Resurfacing project, with the Iowa DOT and authorize chairman to sign said documents on behalf of the Tama County Board of Supervisors. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the funding for E66.
I will second that.
Alright, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Well, since we have two things to kind of approve, I'll make a motion to approve the final voucher for Business 30 Bridge Replacement Project. BRS swap with all that fun numbering and lettering that we do for projects, for Peterson contractors, and authorize chairman to sign said documents on behalf of the Tama County Board of Supervisors.
I'll make that motion, we approve the final voucher, for Business 30 bridge replacement.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I had a question come up. When something like that comes up, what's the bidding process, or do you have companies you just kinda go to?
So.
I'm sure there's gotta be some sort of bidding.
So with these different, yeah, there's bidding, with the paving project, that will be, let through the DOT. So it'll be, they have their kind of bid website that shows the plans and kind of, what we're looking for of, this is how many working days we want, this is the late start date, this is the latest you can start on this. If you don't start at this date, we'll start charging days, cause you're not here yet, so, kinda. And then there's approved bidders that can bid on it, and so then they send in their bids, and then we go with lowest, and then obviously we have specs and stuff like that, so everybody's bidding, should be bidding on the same, you know.
So most of our stuff is let through the DOT.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay.
Like, all of our bridges,
Bridges.
I mean, obviously we do some in-house stuff, but,
Right.
kind of the major bridge projects where we have to use, bridge funding through the DOT gives us bridge funding.
Right.
And so that's where, you know, we gotta go through
Alright.
that side of things. Yep. Alright, I'll bring it over for, your hand's not sore, right?
No, it's
Probably
fine.
from the, okay.
I didn't do much gambling, so.
Oh, I was just more thinking about you were talking about how,
Oh, being sore from
yeah, so,
falling?
yeah. So there's the chair. That one.
Okay, is that good for you?
That's good for me, thank you.
Okay. I think we're,
Great.
I think we're good.
Alright.
Thank you, Ben.
Yep.
Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Those two.
The HR.
Good morning.
Hi, Debbie.
Okay, my first thing is the EAP program. I would like to know if you would authorize for us to do ACH with the EAP this year. So it's the funding agreement for EAP, the employee program. And then I've never done it, ACH, I've always just wrote a check out of my health fund. But I think it would just be easier if we just put it through the ACH process. And that way I don't have to write a check, cause,
Don't have to worry about it.
yeah, I don't. So that was one of them, if you'd approve that, that would be great.
Need a motion in a second.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the EAP funding agreement.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. You want me in Entertainment County?
The next thing is, our flex cards. This year, the recommended amount goes from $3,200 to $3,300, that you can put on for medical. Dependent care is still $35. The carryover right now is $640, and this year they're recommending $660 carryover. So anything above $660 would be, you know, they would lose if they hadn't used it. So, I just wanna make sure it's okay with you. We'll be sending them out this, if you are okay with it this week. So those are just the new amounts, I don't need any signature or anything on that. And I did have one.
Need a motion in a second.
Yeah, I think we probably should do a motion in a second, since I don't have an actual agreement, it's just part of the health
What
plan.
would you like your motion to be for the money to go,
No.
To agree to the
flex?
New flex account, or new flex spending amounts,
And your task renewal.
I'll make that motion.
and my task renewal.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Alright, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
one thing that I wanted to ask you guys, if you would allow us to do, and I've had one particular employee that's been nagging at me, and, a lot, if Ben was here, I'd make sure I'd tell him that, but just kidding. Could we do, as employees, take up a Christmas collection to help maybe one or two families in need? Would you mind that?
I would think that would be a very nice thing to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
don't-
not sure exactly how to do it, and I was hoping maybe you guys might have some ideas, but I don't know if we do like just a collection basket or something, or, I'm not sure yet. I just was thinking about it this morning, not positive, but I think, and then we would have to decide who we were gonna give it to. It used to be, okay, I was gonna say, it used to be at Pomida. Do you remember they had the tree and you could pick people off of it and buy for it? We don't have that anymore, so if it's okay with you guys, we'd like to start that. This will be our first year we do that.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I think
Yeah.
I think it'd be a very nice thing to do around the
Okay.
holiday season.
I'll come up with some kind of idea, someone will help me, and we'll send out an email, let everybody know, and, yeah, we'll go from there.
Yep.
Okay, alright,
Sounds good.
thank you.
Thanks, Danny.
Discuss and approve zoning permit setback rules and regulations. And Bob had come up with something, and he talked to us a couple times about what he was talking there at the end about how people, most of the time you don't have to have a permit on the acreage or on a farm deal type. So a lot of people think they don't have to do things to code. Well, you do need to do things to code just because you don't need a permit. So, and he was wanting to, some ideas, and we talked about how to get this out to the public, try to just inform people. And he came up with a little deal, I think we're gonna agree to put in the paper and everything. And, something you wanna add to that?
Yeah, one thing that I have been doing to try to avoid some of this, when people are calling in, we'll go over this as if it's just an acreage, if it's ag related or anything, or, if they will require a permit, because by state code for the ag operations, that doesn't require a permit or a fee. However, they still have to build by code. So, what I have been doing is, let me back up a little bit. In the past, it was a little simpler because it didn't seem like there were so many issues. It didn't happen quite so often. They would just call and explain what they're doing, and the zoning administrator would ask, okay, you'll have the setback from here, you'll be from here. Yep, okay, well, you'll be fine. And that's as far as it went. I like to make sure, especially nowadays, all over the country, you just got to pretty much document everything. So what I was doing and continue to do is they'll call in, even though it may not require a permit for their farm operation, they're showing me or giving me a drawing of where this building's going. It shows it's a setback, that the setbacks are right and everything. And then I will respond in writing that, according to your plans as they are submitted, these will comply with the setbacks and everything, and you will not require a permit because, or you will require a permit because you go through all that and you just follow the steps. It is in our code where we can go out and inspect and everything as well. Usually what I'm finding out, somebody's calling in asking a question, or they want to build something because somebody else did, and then we're finding out that no, we've got violations, and nobody really knew it. The assessor's office will run across this stuff once in a while too. So been trying just to kind of let, as the word gets out and everything, but I believe it's going to help a lot more. I found an old one that Lee Wiggis had put in. I believe those were in the paper. So I would, at first I was talking about maybe every 6 months put something like that in there, but maybe we should probably do something like that every quarter just to keep everybody educated. And these people aren't doing it on purpose. They don't realize they're doing anything wrong. And what we run into then, where we have to have a board of adjustment meeting in order to approve a plan or one that was just built, because decide however things are presented, you know, we hope that it doesn't come down to a building has to be moved or something. But, in the code, there are, like I gave you there are, fines and stuff that can be implemented if people don't comply and so on. I haven't seen anything in the past records that I've seen where anything like that has had to be done. Usually there's a simple solution to things. Hopefully nobody has to pick up a building or a bin and move it, but, not to say that that couldn't happen. If, it's whatever Board of Adjustment decides on those things.
Yeah,
And it says in the code too, you as supervisors can decide if they need to implement any, fines or anything, and then that would go through the county attorney's office too on how they would want to proceed. But we haven't seen anything come that far yet, so.
I think this notice that you have here, I think should be put in the paper, like you said, every quarter.
Yeah.
I think it's just a good idea for people to kind of.
We're gonna need to make a motion on that?
That needs to be done, so.
Did you shake your head this way or this
You
way?
didn't hear the marbles?
Yeah, and that one is on the website, but people don't see that a lot because it's clear at the end, you know, so.
Maybe I'll
You know.
ask, ask Kimber to put it up.
So, yeah, and
Yeah, maybe.
our new one would definitely be, you know, a different spot on the website or what, and, so people would know. Like I said, that is on there, but a lot of people don't see it.
All right, can I get a motion to put that in the paper quarterly?
I would,
I'll make a motion to put the notice to Tama County residents on the zoning in the paper on every quarter.
I will second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, I do have this, if anybody wants to stop and see it, or anybody wants to see it, you're more than welcome.
I personally know, and you're gonna remember this, Dan, Pat Murphy.
Yep.
That was ugly, and it was not his fault.
Nope.
And he had to take the building down. He couldn't afford, it was only like a foot and a half over.
Yep.
That was not good, so it does happen, and it's not good.
And, you know.
It's very expensive, and it was a beautiful building.
As long as that's in the paper, educate people, that's what you need to do. It simplifies things.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
but I'm thinking of past, the things that are done already, like in that situation.
like Bob said too, the 99% of these people, that they don't do it, this is not
No,
happening
we
on
moved into the
purpose, they're just not
situation.
informed. So this is what this is about informing.
So I know, at least in Tama County, some of the newspaper circulation has possibly gone up because of all the concern of other topics, but would you maybe think about putting it in the shopper instead of one of the, regular
I
public
just
notice
never really
newspapers?
Yeah, I was.
If you're paying for a spot anyway?
Yeah,
think
I
of
would,
the papers
I would
and
guess
the
all
shop.
of them, yeah.
Just cause everybody gets the shopper.
The shopper's out there,
Yeah,
so,
that was my plan, to be in the shopper and everything.
yeah.
I mean, I enjoy reading the newspaper, but sometimes
Right,
people don't go
overall
looking
basis.
for articles that they don't know about, so.
Michael, it's okay.
Yeah, Mike, it's your fault if they're not.
Okay, anything else? Anybody have anything on their heart to say?
You missed church.
I didn't. I
You
was
didn't?
in church in Clarence, Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandson got baptized.
It was a better church, Richard.
We had 135.
Can I say something?
Yes, you may.
Sorry, I'm Rochelle Fuller. I've been here before, and you
Yeah.
guys always have a very robust crowd. I'm with Senator Grassley's office out of Cedar Rapids, and it's just always a reminder, hello and thank you for all you do. And I was able to talk to Ben for a minute because it took me a long time to get here, even though the highway is amazing.
Yes, it is.
So,
It is nice now.
It is terrific, no stops and yet. So anyway, just to remind everyone, if there's anything federally that you need, you can always call us at our office and ask. for
Okay,
it.
it looks like you have some cards there.
I do.
So
I-
you can leave them here if you like. And,
I will do that.
okay, and if anybody wants to get a hold of
Thanks,
Senator
Rochelle.
Grassley.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Alright,
Claims.
you wanna do that before we adjourn?
That'd be great.
Alright. Can I get a motion to approve the claims?
I'll make motion to approve the claims.
I'll second it.
Alright, we got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
This week,
Opposed? Okay,
this week claims are $258,422.96. Remember, Mike, it's gonna be your fault.
And was that 422 or 122?
4.
422, thank you.
Alrighty, Karen,
Would you like to adjourn at 9:05?
I'd love to adjourn at 9:05. Everybody have a great week.
Have a great holiday.
I think I'll play.
I do want to say, if I haven't said it enough, I do enjoy your writing. You make the board meetings so much more fun to read.
Yeah, seriously, you guys are.
Trying to figure my desk out.
They clean all my stuff out.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to most of my stuff. I think Dirk must have threw it out or somebody did.
I wonder what.
Bob, that worked out pretty well.
Thank you, Dave. I like these ones.
You were locked.
It was good, we had fun. No? The reason went well, I did spend a lot of money. I didn't give it. Yeah. Before we were, now, don't do that. Get too probably have to do it. Especially for a county top on it, that's what
Didn't I tell you?
Apparently it had
No, this is just right here.
No, that's what brought up.
Yeah, they got.
We'll talk about it. That's the first year. This nice square, or not square, rectangle building or room, you know, it's got a nice video coming down.
Well, I'm not. He's gonna
You just brought that up to me, I don't know.
It's 9 o'clock, he's right. He's a great.
I know there's some recommend, or I wanna make sure that.
Yeah, this is his last year. Yeah, me too, so far, he's great without it. This was last year too.
So, yeah, I'm sure that'll be. No? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna start filing more. There and there. Yeah. I don't know, I have my stuff out of the No? Maybe I thought there was some sentimental stuff in there, maybe, you know? No, I don't.
Yeah. But like I said, they have a choice. Well, like.
Yeah.
They should all be the same.
I talked to people.
Well, when they started.
Yeah. And asked me was gonna do that.
What about coming late?
I think.
So I'm on time.
The guy next to you will give them to you and say.
I'm just used to it. If I go to sleep before 9, I'll be up.
Most people out there carry around alcohol.
Yeah, my Tundra one. This is really nice. The problem is it weighs twice.
Yeah.
Every time you gotta pick it up. But that's good for you.
About an hour and 20 minutes, so I didn't have.
Well, that's what
It goes over everything.
So I got a super big tire.
Plastic wheels, you know.
Oh, yeah, see, these are.
They're not using on the line. It's enclosed.
It's flotation tires.
Spend some time there and come back.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, talk when we get prepared. That's when I got to get
I got one, I got one.
I worked 4 hours yesterday and finally got to relax. It is, it's terrible.
And it wouldn't do any good to do anything. They can change that here. Oh, yeah, the new guys look. Let the new guys look.
It is. There's wow.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Last Sunday, something I think the high was this morning.
Wow. That's Dr. Dave.
How good a week.
Well, I've seen it in town.
About like that.
Yeah.
They're not solar panels. Solar panels. Background. You know, within. And he said, unless the state state gave.
Yeah.
That's gotta go up.
And then there was another, yeah.
So,